All right. I think I'm live. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I think you guys can. Boom, let's see here. Let's bring this dashboard over here. Let's bring this over here too. And you can definitely hear me. What's going on, everyone? How are we doing? Give people a couple minutes to hop in here. Turn on my light. Boom, look at that. All right, let's see here. We got some people on here. If you guys can hear me, can you guys give me a 2? Just make sure you guys can actually hear me. That would be helpful. Let's see here. All right, Sandra hits me with the 2. What's going on, Sandra? How are you today? Robert with the 2. Glicks, what's up, my man? How are you doing? All right, cool. So you guys can definitely hear me then. Perfect. All right, guys. So I'm gonna give people a couple minutes to hop on before I kind of go into what I want to talk about for the coaching call, and then we're gonna do Q&A. So I guess we'll do some questions now while we wait. Again, I want to give people. I was supposed to start at 7:30. Cash blogging says, "Hey, bro, what's up, man? How are you doing?" Sandra says, "Hey, I'm in Florida. What's going on, Sandra? How are you?" Guys, like I'm really working on my water intake here. I've been drinking one of these a day. You can see I'm less than halfway, and it's 7:30 p.m. So not good. Joshua says 2. Deborah says, "Hey, you guys. What's going on, Deborah? How are you?" Joshua says, "What's bro?" I don't know, man. I don't know what's bro. Let me throw this on Instagram, see if we can get a couple of people on here while we wait. But yeah, if you guys have questions, man, this is the time. This is the time to ask. I know we have a bunch of people on the East Coast that are staying up late. Sandra says 10:20. So yeah, let's. Hey guys, I'm just hopping on the coaching call a little bit early right now. We have some people on the East Coast, so if you guys have questions, hop on the coaching call. It's on YouTube. Hop on there. You can see we have some people on here asking questions. All right, cool, good enough. That way I can share this. Okay, here we go. So, questions. What skip trace you use? That's a great question, Robert. So, we have a video inside of Surface Mastery that talks about this, but I don't know if you're in that or not. It doesn't matter. But regardless of that, basically, I kind of break it down into a couple different categories. There's the super cheap and less accurate options, and then there's the super expensive, super accurate options, and then there's kind of everything in between. And so what I recommend for you, Robert, if you're brand new, like you haven't done a deal yet, you're still working a 9 to 5, like obviously I don't know where you are in life, right? Assuming you're not like already established as a business person and you're just getting started, I recommend just starting out with like a true people search or free people search. It's literally free. It's going to get you fairly good accuracy. And honestly, it's about comparable to about a Spokeo. There's been times when Spokeo has been a little bit more accurate. There's been times when True People Search or Free People Search is a little bit more accurate from what I've seen. But I think if you're just getting started, go with that. If you are someone that's more advanced, TLO is the way to go. TLO, from what we've seen, is the most accurate. So that's if you're more advanced. But you got to pay per search. It's like $1, $2 a search. And yeah, so... Cool. Hopefully that answers your question, man. Let's see here. Laverne says hi. What's going on, Laverne? How are you? Leonard says hey from Houston. Dude, I'm going to be in Dallas next week. Maybe I'll do a Dallas meetup. I don't think there's enough of you guys in Dallas to do that, but maybe I'll send an email to the email list. I'll post in the Facebook group, and we will do a Dallas meetup. What's up is what I mean. Joshua, nothing's up, my friend. Just got my diffuser going. You guys have seen this before? Ever seen this on camera? So I got the frankincense. That's what I put in there, and this helps you focus. So whenever I'm working, I put that, and it smells good. So does it really do anything? I don't know, but it smells good. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win. Las Vegas in here. Awesome. What's going on, Mark from Vegas? I have a friend going out to Vegas tomorrow, actually, Thursday. Joshua says, should I create a website and buy an LLC? Okay. I'm so glad you brought this up, Josh. Josh, I'm already starting to like you, Josh. I'm already starting to like you. Okay, look. Do you need an LLC? Let's talk about what an LLC actually does for you, because everyone's like, you need an LLC, you need an S Corp, you need this, you need that. Let me post this real quick on this Facebook group so I can get some people on here. And guys, like, first of all, let me just put it this way. I'm not an attorney. I'm not an accountant, okay? So this is my understanding of it, but this is not legal advice. And this is not This is not tax advice either because I'm not a professional in either of those two things. But if we come over here and we bring my dashboard over here and we flip this, boom, and then we go into full screen. And let's see here. All right. Boom. Okay. So there's kind of two things I need to cover here with an LLC or an S corp. First thing you gotta understand is I have an S corp, okay, but I have it for a reason. I don't just have it because I want to sound official. Okay. I feel like a lot of people that are just getting started, like I'm sure some of it is like, hey, you know what? I need to be official and I need to like, you know, have a like an entity. But then I think the flip side of it is like, oh, I just want to feel like I'm a business person. Like, it's not that big of a deal, guys. Okay, this is what an LLC and S corp will do for you. Okay, and again, I'm not an attorney, I'm not an accountant. I feel like I've made that clear. Okay, so it helps you with two things. Number one, with taxes, and number two, with liability. Okay, now I might be missing something. Okay, but those are the two main categories I understand. Okay, with taxes, well, if you haven't made any money with surplus funds, you can't. There's no tax advantage because you haven't made any money. And actually, I can't remember the cutoff that my accountant told me, but I believe it's like $50,000 a year is when you want to have an S corp. Again, don't quote me on that. I know there's like a number somewhere in the 40 to 60,000 range of when it makes sense to have an S corp tax-wise. But even before that, even if you have a deal or two, like you do in a year, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's number one. If you don't have any deals, if you have 0 deals, you have 0 tax liability, which means that there's no point of having either one of these. Okay, and you look at the other side. Okay, liability. Well, liability is like, hey, you get sued. Right, you know, you a deal goes bad or something, you get sued, okay, or someone gets mad at you or whatever, okay, and you want to protect your assets. Well, that makes sense until you think about it again. If you don't have any deals, who is going to sue you? Okay, if you don't have a deal, no one can sue you because you haven't worked with anyone. So I always recommend once you get your first deal, then you can look into the stuff, but don't think about it until you have a deal, because it just logically makes no sense. You're just gonna spend money on stuff you don't need and waste time. And a great example, I always bring this example up, but is Bernie. You know, Bernie, I don't know if he's on here, I don't think he would be, but if he is, hopefully you're doing well, my friend. Bernie was someone that joined our program about a year ago, actually, about last October, November, I don't know exactly when, but about a year ago. And for the first month and a half, got an S corp, you know, built a website, did this, did that. And then after doing all that, realized all you need to do to get a deal is just make some phone calls. And so that's what he did. He made some phone calls and got a deal. All of that stuff was not necessary. And he'll tell you himself. In fact, he said before, you know, it's a matter of just going out there and taking action. Okay? All right. Let's see here. What's up's what I mean? I don't know. Can I do this business entirely through DocuSign? Did I just not see that question? I'm sorry if I just missed that. No, well, it depends. It depends. So 99% of the time, no, you cannot do it through DocuSign. In fact, I've never heard of an exception. So no, what you can do, we recommend you mail the contracts and get them signed and get wet documents, which if you don't know what that means, it just means you get the originals with the handwritten signatures. We've also had success with people that just email the contracts, sign it, and then scan it and send it back. That's obviously a lot quicker, but you will run into people, trustee companies, that require you to have wet documents. So we always recommend you mail a copy as well as, do a sign and scan so you can kind of get the best of both worlds. Proximity marker. Does surplus list expire? I haven't registered for it yet, and I bought the program last month. When does the 3-month free start? Well, the 3-month free starts as soon as you sign up for surplus list. So in the program, I'll show you. You guys can see my screen. You probably already know this, but if you go to bonus resources, go to bonuses. There's a button right here. It's a surplus list. Where is it? Am I completely tripping? Oh, right here. Boom. Surplus list, 90-day free trial. So you click that, it'll take you to an order form, and I'm not going to show it, but it'll take you to an order form. And on that order form, it won't bill you, obviously. But once you fill out that order form and go to the next page and create your new login ID, because Surplus List and Surplus Master are 2 different login IDs, okay? You can make it the same, but they're different websites. But once you do that, then that's when your 90 days will start. So it doesn't start until you do that. So if you haven't done that yet, which doesn't sound like you have, then you're good. Robert says, cool, yes, it did. Miami, Florida, Miami. I got a lot of people. I just had a friend go to Miami. I should go down to Miami and say what's up to you guys. I've always wanted to go there. Sydney says, Spence. Sid. All right, let's see here, guys. Veronica says, Veronica in Virginia. A double V action right there. Veronica and Virginia. Your realism is refreshing. Thanks for keeping it 100. I appreciate that, Sydney. I do my best. Ayo, it sticks. Does your course teach tax overages as well? Yes. Yes, we do. We teach all three. We call it the big three of surplus funds. So we teach state funds, which is the easiest way for beginners to start, in my opinion. We teach mortgage funds, which is kind of our root. That's like where we started. And then we hired a tax coach who's done over $3 million worth of tax overage deals. By the way, it's just tax overage. It's not everything else. Just tax overage is $3 million. And now he's our coach. So still doing deals. I actually had a guy the other day tell me he's already recovering his fund and he had $250K in excess. I'm still going strong. Awesome, man. Keep going. Spence, I'm stuck. I'm overwhelmed trying to pick a county. Can you explain what you mean by that? Because honestly, to me, I would just pick a county and move on. That's what I would do. Mark, has anyone here had success with the updated list of estates of deceased file for the state of California? You're saying anyone here, so I'm not going to answer that question. I'm going to assume that's for the people in the chat. Proximity says, okay, thanks, Spencer. Hey, man, thank you. Thank you for being a surplus warrior. Josh says, you're right, bro. I found out about the business last October. First phone call I ever made. I got a deal, 5K surplus charge, 25%, made 1,400. I guess I'm making excuses, getting back to work. Yeah, dude, I mean, if you already have proof of concept, like what we've seen a lot with people that get started with surplus funds is a lot of times they're brand new to starting their own business in general, not just surplus funds, not just real estate. And what I've noticed is with people like that is I've been there. Everyone was a beginner at some point. Is a lot of times like they don't truly believe it's going to work until they see it for themselves, and because of that, it doesn't work. Because imagine playing basketball and the whole time you're like, I'm never going to make a shot, and so I guess you're probably never going to make a shot, right? So, but for you, you've made a shot, right? So you know it's possible. So you really don't have any excuse, man. You're just trying to find other. Not here to give you like a pep talk or something, but that's just my what I've noticed. Robert says Glix had the same thing happen to me, but it was 121 and 58. Yeah, you guys should really go and do some state funds then, man. That's what I recommend. If you guys are having trouble with mortgage stuff, I would do state, because literally as I was doing the new webinar, which by the way is live now, go check it out. Like California has like 5 spreadsheets and each one has 1 million leads, which is ridiculous, and it's one state. So Sandra says for tax overages. I'm stuck trying to pick a county for tax overages. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I am not an expert in tax overages. I have never done a tax overage deal, which is why I pay our tax coach to teach all this stuff and to be our tax coach, because he's done $3 million worth of tax deals. So if I were to give you an answer on that, it would not be a great answer, and I'm not going to sit up here like a lot of gurus do and try to act like I know everything, because I don't. And so if I don't know something, I'm just going to tell you, and I don't know. I do know that in the program we have a list of states that we recommend, and I also know that you can hop on a coaching call with Don, and he does them every Thursday, so you should be on tomorrow and ask him directly. So that's what I would recommend you do, Sandra. So we have 3 ways to get a check: LOL, state, surplus, and tax. Yeah, technically they're all they're all surplus funds. It's state, mortgage, and tax. The only reason why I correct you is because you might confuse someone with surplus. Joshua says, facts, bro. That's right, man. Again, some people would take that offensively. It's not an offensive thing. I'm just being honest with you, man. Roger Moore says, what is the best way to verify a claim has been filed for an overage on tax deed? Again, you guys are asking me tax questions. I'm not a tax expert. That's why I pay money to our tax coach, because he's done $3 million worth of deals. Maybe I should bring him on here. Maybe I should do that. Let's see here. Jarvis says, brief overview of what surplus funds is. I can do that for you. Give me a second. Glick says 1 million leads each. Yeah, on each spreadsheet, there's 1 million leads. Okay, so to answer your question, Jarvis, basically what a surplus fund is, and let me fix something really quick, guys. Not that you guys really care, but boom. Okay, now I'm down there. So what a surplus fund is there is money, okay, that is owed to someone. This is the person over here. And I know, by the way, I know I'm like Pablo Picasso. Okay, I know my art is just fantastic. Okay, but anyway, this guy, you can see he's very upset because he doesn't have his money, or he doesn't even know it exists. And so what a surplus fund is, the actual root definition of a surplus fund is it's someone that's owed money from the overage of an overage of payment at an auction for someone's house. We've kind of expanded that definition to mean a couple different things. But what it means to me is someone's owed money and you're right here. And apparently you're very short. I don't know. But this is my really bad attempt at a crime. That's embarrassing. I'm going to pretend like that's not. I didn't just do that. What you're doing is you're finding this money and then you're bringing it to this guy for a fee. And that's what surplus funds is. And again, there's like 100,000 ways how money would end up here. The three main ways are, mortgage overages, okay, mortgage surplus funds, which basically means someone defaults on their loan that they bought the house with or on the loans. That's not a tax loan, basically, or not a tax lien, I should say. Okay, then there's overage of taxes, which is the same thing except it's specifically taxes. And then there's what we call state funds. And the reason why I say state funds are the easiest is because it doesn't require a lawyer in most states. And there's like a bajillion ways that money can end up there, like literally everything from life insurance payments to stock options to everything. And so there's like billions of dollars there. And there's still hundreds of millions, in fact, billions here as well, but I think you guys get the point. And the last thing is when this stuff, most of the time, when these don't get claimed after a certain amount of time, they end up as state funds too. So, all right, I'm getting all these questions about my water. That's pretty funny. He says, my bad, Spence. I sparked the Q. Dude, no worries at all, man. I just want to be honest with you guys. Like, there's so many people that come on, like, live streams and Q&As, and they try to act like they know everything, and, like, I don't know everything. Like, I would be lying to you if I did, and that's stupid, okay? But that's why I went out, and, like, I'll show you guys. I know you guys have seen this before. But it's why I went out and hired, and brought in a team of amazing people. Like, obviously, myself, David, who's been our head coach forever. Okay, we hired an attorney to be our coach. And, like Rick was one of our students. And, I mean, he was killing it before. And now he's absolutely murdering it. I mean, he's doing $100K a month profit. So he's killing it. And then we hired Don, who's our really successful tax surplus fund coach. And we're always looking at new coaches. So that's why I bring these people on. Because a lot of people that sell courses, they try to act like they know everything. I don't know everything. I know a lot. I don't know everything. So, I don't know. Anyway. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Do you need to be an investigator for surplus, state, and taxes? No. So from what I've seen, and this is true for 99.99% of cases, you only have to be an investigator, and that term is super loose because it means a million different things, with state funds. Okay, with surplus funds, you almost never need to. And with taxes, as far as I know, you don't need to at all. Now, I will say with the whole investigator term, it's kind of strange that we use that term because like California calls it a private investigator, but with California, you literally send someone in the state government an email. And Cassandra, I know you're in the course, so it's in there. You'll see in the lead stash. You send that person an email. They give you like a worksheet to fill out. It's like 2 pages. You fill it out, and then boom, you're approved in like a week. Okay. And then in other states, private investigator means you literally have to be a private investigator. In Florida, you have to be an attorney or an accountant or like something crazy. So every state's a little bit different. You need to look into your own state, which is why we put together the lead stash for you guys. But yeah. Sandra says, thank you. Awesome, Sandra. In my area, we can see the surplus docs online, but not sure about figuring out other counties. Yeah, every state's different. So with mortgage overages, Roger, I know you were talking about tax overages. With mortgage overages, it's super state by state. Taxes, if it's the same, then it's the same. Again, I'm not a tax expert. All right. Hey, yo, it sticks. My bad, Spence. I sparked the key. Yeah, no worries, dude. Darrell says water fasting, question mark? Not, dude, you know what, man? I've been trying to drink a gallon of water a day. I've done a bunch of juice fasts. I've done some water fasts before, which is not good because I'm trying to gain weight. I'm trying to lose weight, but just helps with focus and all that. And helps with discipline a lot. If you've done a water fast, you know it's not easy. So I have a lot of respect for people that do that, but Magic says, bro, you need water to live. I know, dude. I'm out here chugging my gallon. Like, it's like late. It's 7:30. I'm not even halfway through. I'm barely halfway through. Sydney A, have you ever worked a surplus deal when a couple was divorced? Also, if the previous owner declared bankruptcy, does that disqualify them from getting their money? Well, it completely depends on what type of surplus fund you're doing. So first of all, I'm going to state this very clearly. If it's a tax deal, I am not going to be a good option on that, obviously. If it's mortgage deals, okay, I've worked with couples that have been divorced. I've seen deals that have come through with that, and it really makes things kind of squirrely because, you have some couples that get divorced and they're still relatively live close to each other. Maybe they have a kid, right? And they have a good relationship even though they're not together anymore. In that case, it's a lot easier. But as I'm sure you've run into, a lot of times, what happens with a divorce is what happens. These people hate each other and they don't want to talk to each other. And the last thing they want is for one person to get the money, the other person to get the money. So typically the thing you need to consider is sometimes it doesn't matter. And what I mean by that is it really, with mortgage overages, it almost always is dependent on who actually owned the house. So if, for instance, if someone bought the house before they got married, like let's say John got married to Sally, but before they got married, he bought the house and it was only ever in his name, most of the time it'll be only owed to him. But again, it's squirrely. I would highly recommend you talk to Mona on one of our coaching calls about that, as she's going to have a much more clear legal answer than I would. So yeah. Also, the previous underdeclared banks doesn't disqualify them. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Molly, my first coaching call joined today. Just wanted to see what goes on a live call. Can't wait to go through modules and get a list to start. Well, Molly, this is, first of all, welcome. Welcome, Molly. This is kind of a weird one because normally we do it where we're physically talking, but we have 41 people on right now. I figured we would have that many, so I figured it'd be better just to do questions like this. Dre says, I downloaded the calendar list, but it's not clear to me. Well, what's not clear, Dre? I'd be happy to walk you through that. 1 million leads for unclaimed funds in California. No, 1 million leads per spreadsheet, and there's 5 spreadsheets. Granted, 2 of them, 3 of them I know for a fact are more than or anywhere from 500 and up. So you've got deals in there for 50,000, 100,000, and 500. And those 3 all have, 2 of them have $1 million. I think one has 800,000 or something. I have to check. I'm a little hazy on the third one. And then the other ones are smaller amounts. But anyways, let's see here. Dre, Veronica, you just asked that. Maybe I downloaded something wrong. Yes, there are 5 spreadsheets with 1 million leads each just for California. There you go. You answered my question. Robert, I think Georgia requires, I have to talk to my attorney about that, but I'm very interested in it. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's a great way to start. It's super simple. The process is really clean with state funds because unlike surplus funds in terms of mortgage and overages and tax surplus funds, most of the time it doesn't require an attorney. Now, there are some states, New York is one of them, the only one I can know off the top of my head, that where the state doesn't directly pay the person, the surplus warrior, right? They send all the money to the person that's actually owed the money, and which a lot of people get scared of, but realistically, you just send them an invoice and then they pay you, and as long as your contracts are good, you're going to be okay. So I wouldn't let that deter you too much. How long before we get that check? I don't know. You got to be specific on what form you're talking about. There's a million variables to that question. I can't sit here and answer all of them. So, pick a state, pick a type of deal, surplus fund, mortgages, tax, state, or all the message retracted. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess I'll never get to know what you said. Laverne says, Chicago, you have to be a private investigator. Yes, you do in Chicago. That's why I highly recommend you don't do it in Illinois. I would just do a deal somewhere else. We had this guy today that emailed us. He's like, Spencer, I'm very disappointed. I wanted to do this business in Illinois, and because I can't do it here, I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to give up. I'm like, what? That mindset to me is so broken. You understand that the process of doing the business, whether you're doing a deal in your own state or anywhere else, is identical. It's nothing changed. Nothing changed. And here's the other thing too. It's okay, well, let's fast forward. Let's say you could do it in Illinois. So you're telling me, let's say you get it to Illinois, you get it to about $15K a month, right? In your income. And you're like, well, I want to grow. And you can't grow anymore in Illinois, hypothetically, right? So you're like, well, I guess I just have to be stuck at $15K a month because I can't go to another state. That's literally what this person just told me. So guys, don't be the person that's like, I have to do it in my state or else I'm just not going to do it. That is such a lame excuse to be broke. I'm sorry. It is. I skipped a bunch of passions. Proximity. And by the way, Laverne, I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just saying someone did that and it upset me. Is mortgage overages from foreclosure auctions? Yes, that is correct. Leroy, would everyone be calling the same list? No. No. There's 50 states. literally tens of millions of leads just for state funds. We're not even talking about mortgage overages. By the way, that's one thing while we're and I just want to make this announcement. If you go to surpluslist.com, you guys probably have seen this. We're not doing 14-day free trials anymore. The only way you get access to Surplus List is if you buy the program. And we're slowly going to be phasing out. The new webinar doesn't even talk about Surplus List because we're working on new things that are going to be better, number one. And number two is we don't want everyone to go to California. We want you guys to figure out, not figure out, but we teach you now how to do this easily in your own state. And if it doesn't work in your own state, how to do this easily in somewhere else. Not just California. So we're trying to push away from that because we're flooding too many people to one place. Cassandra says, welcome, Molly. Oh, you guys, look at that. It's so nice. By the way, Cassandra, I saw your testimonial video. I want to say thank you so much for that. It means the world to me. It's super excited to hear that you have 7 deals for your family members, which is pretty cool. So congratulations with that. Good to hear that they're getting money back. And hopefully I don't know if you did cold calls today, but hopefully they went well if you did. Eric says, are you paid directly or do you have to chase the customer? 99% of the time you're paid directly, but there's states and states where you're not paid directly for state funds. And then again, the same thing is kind of true for mortgage overages and tax overages. I'm not super familiar. Where do we get the leads? That's a very broad question. I think you need to specify what you mean. Don't you download the catalyst directly from the state website and start calling, right? That's correct. I would highly recommend that you fill out their application and become a private investigator with the state of California before you do that, because if you get a deal and you don't do that, you're not going to get any money. So would recommend that you do that. Glicks, how do we know if a TR's deal auction occurred? Running title? Yeah, running title is probably the best way. You can also just search the address. Let me bring up Surplus List here so I don't misquote you, because I know there's a place where you can search, fetch it. I don't know what exactly you can search. Let's see here. Oh yeah, you can just search for the trustor's name. If you just throw that in there, then it'll come up with all the listings we have for them. And if you see a TD, then that means it's sold. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Christopher, are the contracts in the program specifically related to the New York attorney that is provided? Also, does the attorney collect fees before the agreement or after the check is cashed? Are the contracts... I need to drink some water for this one. Are the contracts in the program... So short answer to your question, Chris, is I need to know what you're referring to as far as your strategy. So if you're talking about mortgage overages, or you're talking about tax surplus funds, mortgage surplus funds, or state surplus funds. So that's number one. And number two is also, does the attorney collect fees before the agreement or after the check is cashed? Typically how we've done it in California, and again, it's different in every state, or a little bit different, but how we've always done it and how we recommend you do it, because it's a cleaner process, if you're talking about mortgage overages, is the attorney will basically take the funds from take the entire, let's say it's $100,000. They'll take it all. They'll pay you out your check. They will pay the client out their check, and then they'll keep their percentage, whatever that percentage is. Arelda says, wouldn't we just find information at County Scissors for information? I don't know what that means. If someone could tell me what the County Scissors for information is, I don't. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm like not in on this thing and I should know what that means, but I really don't know. Okay, next question. How much does Surplus List cost monthly? It's $99 a month after your 3-month trial, but we do not sell that anymore to everybody. You have to be a member of Surplus Mastery. And by the way, guys, I wanted to come on here. If you guys are in Surplus Mastery right now, can you guys give me a 2 if you guys are enjoying it? I don't even know how many people we have on here from that, but I sent this out to our list. I'm sure most of you guys don't have it. But if you do have it, give me a 2 if you guys have enjoyed it. You guys have gotten some value from it so far, okay? And the reason why I asked for this, guys, is because I know there's a lot of people down here that are not in the program yet. And if you guys don't know, okay, this week is the last week ever that you're ever going to be able to buy it for $997. After this week is going to be a $1997, okay? And if you guys don't believe me, I will literally show you our new sales page, okay? This is our old sales page. You can see right here, okay? And you see right here this shot clock. I call it a shot clock because I play basketball. When that goes to 0, the price will literally double, okay? And you see right now it's $997. And if we go to our new one, which I don't remember off the top of my head, so you're going to have to give me a second. I think you guys will believe me. Let me just show you the webinar slides. How about that? Okay. the point I'm trying to make here is the price is going up, and if you don't get in, you're going to pay double. And if you do get in, then you get everything for free. I mean, if you guys have been in here for a while, I'm sure you guys have seen the updates that we do. We constantly do updates. We just added the whole tax module for free. We hired a tax coach. We give you guys that for free, as you can see right here, $19.97. This is already live, by the way. But I want to do a special for the people that follow me on YouTube, for the people that are on my email list, that follow me on Instagram. So I'm allowing you guys to purchase the course, all the updates, everything for free for $9.97 until Friday at midnight when this shot clock goes to 0. When the shot clock goes to 0, the game is over, my friends, and you will be redirected to the new $19.97 price. So if you guys want to do this, you guys want to get in now before the price doubles. Okay, this is not some BS scarcity. Okay, this is some real legitimate scarcity. You guys are seeing all the people that are putting twos, that have gone through the program, that have enjoyed it, that have gotten value from it. Okay, boom. The link is in the description. The link is in the bio. Okay, so yes, that's my pitch for you guys today. Okay, but I would highly recommend, if you have any interest whatsoever, just hop in there. You guys have seen all the results we have on here. You guys have seen the community that we have. You guys have seen the hundreds of, not hundreds, we have 100 plus 5-star reviews now. You guys have seen all the content that we've added, the coaching staff. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And you also have seen people that are literally on here right now saying that they're in. And if you're not in, I don't know what you're doing. Plus, we have a 30-day action-based guarantee, which literally says if you follow the course, if you watch the course, if you make or attempt to make 200 contacts with surplus fund or people that are owed surplus funds of any kind, state surplus or state tax or mortgage, and if you attend 2 coaching calls, which we do like 4 to 5 a week, then you can get your money back. Anyways, all right, back to my questions. I didn't mean to go on like a full sales pitch. This is not a sales webinar. This is a coaching call. If I don't get in before the price change of the, I think I skipped a question though. Hold on. Oh, I skipped a lot of questions. I might be answering my own question, Spence, but what would you say more distress in the real estate market equals more opportunity to make money in this niche? Yes. Well, yes and no. So surplus funds depends on 2 things. It depends on the amount of foreclosure, and it depends on the average equity of the person getting foreclosed on. So if there's negative equity or there's no equity, there's no surplus funds. Doesn't matter how many foreclosures there are. However, my theory is this: even if there is a lower amount of equity, because there will be more foreclosures, I still think it'll be well. It'll do well. And this is where we talk, and that's specifically referring to mortgage overages. When you talk about tax overages, it's a whole other business. And when tax overages take over, there's typically a lot of equity. So even if there's less equity per deal, there's still going to be room. And then you have state funds, which has nothing to do with the market. It's not even cyclical. I guess it could be somewhat cyclical, but not compared to mortgage overages. Mortgage is definitely the most cyclical. But it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens. We'll see how long Trump can artificially hold up the economy. Not necessarily artificially, but hold it up. Not yet, still working on getting lists sent to me. Leroy, if I don't get in before the price changes of the course, what would be the startup cost including the course? Well, the startup cost including the course right now is $997 plus probably, I don't know, like maybe $30 a month for a skip tracer. Like, there's not really much. If you follow what we say, it's not much. If you don't follow what you say and you start an S Corp and an LLC and you buy a phone system, it's going to be like $4,000. But all that stuff is unnecessary and it's a waste of money. So I would recommend just buying the course for $997. We give you literally everything you need, with the exception of a skip trace site, which you can do for free, or you can pay $30 a month. But we give you all the coaching, we give you everything else. And yeah. So Cassandra says, thanks, Spencer. Laverne says, I'm doing my neighboring state, Wisconsin, $6 for the list, which is on a CD. Yeah, that's actually a really good thing, Laverne. And the reason why is because I guarantee you, 80% of the people watching this are like, I don't want to wait for a CD. I don't have time for that. Magic Mark. I like that name, by the way. Magic Mark. It's very similar to Magic Mike. Okay. Having a hard time researching debt and previous claims. I'm putting this out there. I've never seen that movie, by the way, and I have no plans on it, but I have a funny story. Anyways, a story for another time. And previous claims for properties, the county website in Texas changes per address. I need to search. I'm having a hard time researching the debt and previous claims for properties. The county website in Texas charges per address. I need to search. Interesting. Well, in California, you basically can't search. You basically have to. You basically have to get it under contract to find out. So, as much as I feel for you, I don't really feel for you that much. How much is it per search? That's what I'm questioning. If it's like $2, like. I think she meant assessor. I think she did too, but I just thought it was funny, so. Where do we get state fund leads? So, that's a great question. You literally want to search up, James, you want to search up in Google, you want to go like California, and you don't have to put California, okay? Just substitute California with your state. So whatever your state is or the state you want to operate in, California, unclaimed property, or unclaimed funds is fine, okay? See right here, California unclaimed property, boom. Okay, usually the one that's .gov is going to be the right one. It's not always the case, okay? Most of the time it is. You want to read this website, figure out if you need to register or anything like that. Again, all this information is in our lead stash, but just in case you don't know. And then California makes it really easy. They have first link is search, so if you want to search a name. Second link is downloads. You just click right here. And then they got it separated by amount, so you just click, boom, and then it downloads. So that's it. I'm going to cancel this. Anyway, hopefully you guys, that makes sense. Okay. Love it. Very informative. Well, thank you, Laverne. Appreciate that. I love the surplus list. I wish Florida was in it because it makes the job so much easier. I know, and Wendy, that's like my dream. If you guys have listened to the affirmations I do in module 1 of surplus fund mastery, where I talk about like your mindset and all that, like if you actually listen to the affirmations, I talk about like building a lead site and all that. It's something I really want to do. So hopefully it comes to fruition. Debbie, I'm glad I got in on the lower price. Well, thank you, Deb. And by the way, I heard you were having. I don't know if you're the same Deb, so never mind. I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah. Christopher says. Laverne says me too. Christopher says, so I know more than likely one wouldn't need to hire an attorney for state funds, per what I've learned so far. That is correct. Are the contracts geared towards foreclosure and tax? No, we have contracts for all of them. So we have contracts for state funds. We have contracts for mortgage surplus funds. We have contracts for tax surplus funds. All of which were written by a real attorney, because I'm not a cheapo. Like there's a lot of programs that like give you contracts, but like it's like the dude that made the program that's not an attorney that like writes it in in Starbucks, like on a Word doc. He's like, this will work. Like it doesn't work. Okay. So yeah, we had them written by an actual attorney. In fact, I've spent over $2,500 now just on contracts for people in the program. We give them to you guys for free. So yeah, I'm grandfathered in. My mentor, it's a precious student. Awesome, Sandra. I'm excited to have you. Orla, sorry, I meant county assessor's office. Also, do we need a private assessor's license? Okay, Orla, now I got to go up and find your previous question. Wouldn't we just find information at the county assessor's office? Potentially. But are you referring to state funds or are you referring to mortgage funds? Can you guys preface your questions with talking about mortgage funds or state funds or tax funds? Because that would make my job a lot easier. Otherwise, I have to try to read your mind. Meant for previous. I don't know what you mean. Molly, can I ask if I can contact someone / anyone in this group? How would I do that? Preferably in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, Molly, I know you just joined the Facebook group, so hop in there and post something. Hey, anyone that's in Florida. We have a bunch of people in Florida, so hopefully they'll get a couple people on here said they're from Florida. So hopefully you'll get some responses, and yeah, so a CD, where would I pay that into? Or play that into? Yeah, exactly, Sandra. And that's why states with CDs, at my point, in my opinion, are going to become easier and easier, or better and better for state funds, because less people are like, no one's going to take the time to do that. So, lead stash. Yes, it's in the bonus section. I'll show it to you guys real quick. So, we're making a lead stash right now for tax surplus funds and mortgage surplus funds, but right now it's just, I believe it is, unless our content guy put it up, but no, it's just state funds. So you come right here in the bonus section. It's called Surplus Warrior Lead Stash, and you see we have all the states, how to get the leads on the state, and the cost for leads, max commission you can take, links to the state websites, contracts, notes, phone numbers, emails. It's funny because I made David put this together when we first started doing the state fund stuff, like almost a year ago now. He was like, we don't need this. This is so stupid. I'm like, trust me, we need this. He's like, no, I don't want to do this because it's a lot of work to put that together. I mean, he spent like days like calling every state. Like, I felt bad for the guy. But I was like, we need this. It's got to happen. And now he's like, yeah, I'm so glad we did that. Because no one else has that. We're the only ones that have it. Because we're the only ones that actually put in the work. Anyway, I love how I like subliminally diss everyone else as I do this. It's kind of funny. When you refer to tax overages, do you mean land or properties that have been auctioned at tax sales or regarding property taxes? Yeah, again, I'm not a tax surplus fund coach, so I don't even want to answer that question because our tax surplus fund coach, he literally knows everything about tax surplus funds, so he's probably talking about both of them. But I don't know. That's why I hired someone that's done $3 million worth of tax deals to be our coach and to make the program. By the way, I want to, since I have everyone on here, I want to do this real quick. A lot of you guys saw our update with the tax stuff, and then we hired our new coach, Dawn. And that, by the way, he teaches all this, obviously, because clearly I do not know that much about it. Anyway, long story short is this. It was originally Module 7, and then we combined 2 modules, so now it's Module 6. So if you guys are wondering where the tax stuff is at, it's moved from Module 7 to Module 6. Okay, but it's still there. Obviously, we haven't taken out. And he's doing coaching calls now every week, every Thursday. Plus, he's working with like an elite group, which is pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what happens with them. Anyway, let's see here. Kim Bowman, what's up, Kim? How you doing? She says, when you join, there are a lot of support and information and training, well worth the money, cheaper than most, and can improve your life overall. Well, thank you, Kim. That means the world to me. I've worked tirelessly for days and nights on this program. And by the way, that's not an overstatement. Like, people know I have a very intense work ethic. Anyways. And we cover things that like programs don't cover. Like we have a whole like discipline and mindset section. Like how many surplus fund programs take 3 hours and cover like how you actually have to discipline yourself? And then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why anybody else would even sell a course at this point. I don't know. I don't know. Do you only cold call to market for leads? Have you ever tried SMS marketing or direct mail? I've done direct mail, not for surplus funds, but for wholesaling, and that was horrific. I don't know if we've had anyone do it in the group. We preach cold calls. And the reason why we preach cold calls is because, honestly, it's the most effective route that we've seen. Now, we've seen people have success with the automated text messages, but I will tell you this, huge legal disclaimer, as far as I know, in all states, but I can't say all states for sure, but in most states, it is illegal to do that. Maybe not illegal, but I don't know what it is, but you get fined per text, and like in some states, like $5,000 a text. So if you're going to do that, make sure you are aware of that, number one, and make sure, number two, is you know the laws regarding doing that in the whatever state you're operating. Because if you mess that up and you get billed for $500,000, you can't tell me I didn't tell you. I did. So that's my disclaimer to you. But we've had success with that. We've seen success with that. We haven't personally done it, but we've had students have done it. Lynn, can we use the contracts in states other than California for all initiatives? Yes. Yeah, if you go to the bonus section, they're all there. You need to get them checked to make sure that everything's up to date, but the contracts are written and you just need to make sure they comply with your state. In most states they do, but it's good to double check. Obviously, it's necessary. When I send over a contract in regards to all which need a contract, they all need a contract. Have you ever had a skeptical lead because of the state that the attorney is from? A deal will be more likely to close with an attorney from the same state. Well, first thing you understand about attorneys, okay, I didn't know all this a while ago, and then I had to learn all this, so I'm glad we're having this conversation because here's the thing about attorneys. So California is a really, really weird state because there's no what's called reciprocity in California for attorneys. So if you're an attorney in California, that does not mean that you can operate in any other state. And if you're an attorney in Nevada, you absolutely cannot operate in California. Absolutely cannot. Okay. And so here's the thing about that. Not all states are like that. So for instance, we'll look up like New York reciprocity. Okay. Let's see here. Lawyers. See what comes up. There. Bar reciprocity. What states have it? What states don't? Okay. Oh, that's a whole video. I do not want to watch that video right now. Do we have a list? Oh, here we go. So admission on motion is based on reciprocity, yes or no. So if there's a no, then like you see California's like not even on here. They're like, okay, oh, hold on, I gotta flip my screen. Yeah, so you see like right here, like California. So it's like Alabama, like, yeah, you can do reciprocity, right? Like Alaska, yeah. Okay, California, like literally not even on here, okay? So anyway, that's number one because literally you can't do that in some states. You can't have an attorney from somewhere, and you need to know that. But number two is you're probably right. Honestly, though, it depends because, like, I brought up Bernie earlier. Bernie had a crazy deal where Bernie's from New Hampshire. His deal was in California, and he called the guy in California, and the guy literally, he was like, yeah, I wouldn't work with someone that's from California. He's like, what? He's like, yeah. It's like, because you're from New Hampshire, like, I literally, like, I'll work with you because you're from New Hampshire and he's like a nice guy. But if it was me from California, he wouldn't work with me. So everyone's different. I'm old school. I still have a hard drive computer. Work for me. Awesome, Laverne. I love it, man. Hey, Spence. I meant that my mentor, it's actually one of your students already. I'm starting my calls, but I'm going for tax returns. My mentor is actually one of your students already? Oh, God. That's strange. Wendy says, I'm currently calling attorneys that work with me for surplus funds in Florida. I spoke to one guy today, and he asked me to send me a proposal. Awesome. I think I saw that one. I think I saw it on Facebook group. I'm not sure exactly what would entail, so I just sent him an email explaining what I do. Would you have done it differently? No, I think that's pretty good. I think you spoke to him on the phone. I think you should have a good idea. You know, a lot of times you have to educate people on what you do because they don't understand it, even attorneys. It's very rare to find one that knows what the hell's going on. So yeah, I think as long as you were detailed and you explained it, you know, it is what it is. I think that's good. Don't forget to let us know what's your latest favorite book. Okay, I can do that. What book have I been reading this week? Well, I just ordered a couple new books. I ordered books that they don't really apply to you guys though. I would say book of the week this week is, that's a good book. Ooh, that's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I don't know. Oh, almost dropped my water jug. And yes, I'm wearing shorts under here, guys. I know. I guess that's kind of obvious. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but what's a good book? Here we go. Here's a good book. This is my favorite book on leadership, and everyone's a leader of themselves. So you should read this book right here. Stream Ownership: How U.S. Navy SEALs Lead and Win. I actually haven't read this for probably 6 months ago. That's when I first read it. It was March, so maybe 7 months ago. But very good book. Oh, I also have something else really cool to show you guys. Check this out. All right, you ready for this? This is our new hoodie that's coming out. Pretty excited. So first of all, before I show it to you guys, we partnered with Champion, okay, to bring you guys this hoodie. Check this out. Boom. It says Revolt to the Surplus Warriors. Is that pretty cool or what? That's pretty cool, huh? And on the front, it says, I'm not even supposed to be showing you guys this yet. What am I doing? Okay, it says #SurplusWarrior. So maybe I'll give this out. This is an XL. If you guys want an XL, I don't know if I will. Maybe I'll save it. It's the only one in existence right now, so maybe I'll put it over there. Anyways, Jim Author, couldn't a person who gets foreclosed on know they are owed money, just get it from the county on their own? Why would someone pay someone to get entirely what is owed to them? Well, Jim, that's a great question. And Jim, you're absolutely right. A person could know that that they have funds owed to them. The problem is most of them don't. Hence why there's hundreds of millions of dollars owed to people right now. So that's number one. Number two is, I always use an analogy, but it's like, why does a basketball team have a basketball coach? Like, if you really think about it, what does the coach do? The players are the ones that play, and then they score, and then they win. So if a team like the Lakers, I use the Lakers a lot, if they want to win a championship, and they want to save as much money as possible, why would they hire a coach? They just get better players. But you have a coach, because a coach is someone, and this comes from Coach Jason Brown, that can get you somewhere that you could not get yourself. And in this case with surplus funds, they didn't know it exists. They don't know the process of getting it. They don't know the legal and process. Okay, they didn't even know where to start. So that's why. Cassandra says, "How do we get a hoodie?" I don't know, Cassandra. I don't know if we're gonna do it like an actual release of it or not yet. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. I'm pretty excited about it. Malcolm says, "What new features can we expect to see with new updates coming out?" Malcolm, if I told you that, it wouldn't be exciting. I can't just reveal all of the news to you. Don't be silly. Come on now, man. Let's put it this way: we have some stuff coming that will, I truly believe, revolutionize surplus funds forever. With your program, do we get specific attorneys that facilitate our deals state by state? No, not at this point. But we are making something. That's all I'm going to say. It's kind of funny. We have back-to-back questions. Can we get a hint? Yeah, I'll give you a hint. The question directly under your question, your original question, is a very strong hint of where we're going. So I don't like, me and David are opposites. So David, I don't know if he likes to do it, but he'll reveal stuff. I feel way too early. And I'm the opposite. I don't reveal anything until it's almost too late. So that's why I think we work well together, because we kind of balance each other out. But you're the man. Great hoodie, my guy. Dude, isn't this a dope hoodie? I think it's pretty sick. I mean, first of all, Champion X surplus warriors. Okay, come on now. I mean, check that out, dude. That's pretty tight. So, and the cool thing is like the inside's like gray, black, which I didn't know if I liked it, but honestly, it's kind of grown on me. So, I don't know. Malcolm says check. I like that, Malcolm. That's how you know Malcolm was in the military. I'm guessing right now. I'm pretty sure you're wearing yeah, I'm pretty sure you are. That's funny. That's how you know. That's how I know. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you were not in the military, but that's my guess. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. I really want to know now. All right, guys. Again, guys, this is Spencer says such a tease. You know what? That's like everything. One of the rules with marketing is everything has to be an event. So if I just gave you guys all the information right now, if I just told you everything that we're doing, then when it came out, you'd be like, oh, well, I've been waiting for this for 3 months, Spencer. Okay. Marine Corps, you're right. 8 years out, Malk. I can tell, man. Anyone that says check was definitely military. That's so funny. I'm a huge fan of Jocko, as you probably just saw. So I've been listening to his podcast a lot. I start saying check now. And people have no idea what I'm saying. They're like, what? Where can I find the Investigator application in California? So if you go to the lead stash, Veronica, and you email the person we have on there, just email them and ask them for it, and they'll send it to you. Jim, no disrespect, but how hard would it be to do this on your own without buying the course? Well, you know, it's funny you talk about that, Jim, because honestly, if you have the money, it's not that hard. But as I said before, I've spent almost $3,000 now on just attorneys. Plus I spend, I'll tell you the actual numbers, we spend anywhere from $15,000 to $18,000 a month on coaching. That I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about what I pay myself. I'm talking about other coaches. And all of our coaches have done massive amounts of deals. Like, these people that like sell programs now, and I don't want to talk about anyone specifically, but they've done like 10 deals, and it's like, dude, like we have a coach that does that like in 2 weeks, and you want to coach people, like that's a joke. So yeah, I mean the process is not hard, but it's literally I made the program so that it's cheaper to just buy the course, get the education and training for free, and the leads for free, and get all the information you need for free, and get the coaching for free, and get the contracts for free, versus trying to teach yourself something that you don't know, and getting no coaching, getting no help along the way, and having to go out and pay attorneys to write your contracts. And before you ask, no, we do not sell our contracts individually. We get asked all the time, how much can I pay you? No, I would charge you full price, and then at that point, it would be cheaper to go with the course. So, no. But I'm not disrespected at all, my friend. Feel free. We have a lot of competitors. Feel free to go to them. And, you know, I'm not interested. This is what I'll tell you I'm interested in. I'm interested in results. And there's 3 ways you win in business: price, convenience, or quality. Now, in education, convenience, it's kind of everyone's on a level playing field there. So really, it's just price or quality. There's cheaper options. There's none that are as good as us. So if you want to go with the cheaper option, feel free. Unless you just don't like results. If you don't like results, go with the cheaper option. I don't have the capital at the moment for a course, but I'm going to pay the $2,000. Money is not what I'm after. What you're doing is revolutionary. Keep it up, Spencer. Well, thank you, Christopher. I very much appreciate that, my friend. We do have PayPal credited, so if you have decent credit and you want to get in now before the price goes up, save you $1,000, you can apply for that. They accept you get 6 months to pay it back, interest free, 0% interest for 6 months, and that's through PayPal. So if you do not have the capital and you want to get started now, assuming, I would recommend. How much is your monthly fee for your surplus business? How much is your monthly fee for your surplus business? Can you explain what you mean by that? Because I don't know. For Surplus Fund Mastery, it's a one-time payment. So you join and then you get access forever. We have a payment plan as well, but there's not a monthly fee. It's just you pay it off and then that's it. Make the investment as well worth it. The process works. It comes down to the individual, their work ethic and mindset. Malcolm, I couldn't said it any better myself. Laverne says, good night, everyone. It's 10 o'clock here, 2 hours ahead. Have to get up early for work tomorrow. Good news for me. We'll be laid off on 31st. Full force on surplus funds for me. Love it, Laverne. Keep killing it, my man. Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. That's funny, man. Spence, thanks for the energy. Got to pass out now in Florida. I get asked a lot, too. You guys, Thank you for that. By the way, Sandra, have a nice night. I get asked a lot, Spencer, how do you have so much energy all the time? Because, you know, it's not 10 o'clock over here. It's, what is it, 8:15? But, like, I'm still going. And really it comes down to diet, guys. Like, if you're not getting the right sleep, okay, this is my Oura ring. You guys know I track my sleep, okay? If you're not doing all that, like, you're just not going to be feeling great. And if you have brain fog, you're feeling slow, and you're competing against someone like me that's perfectly optimized or very close to that, it's going to be very, very difficult to compete. What's the number one sleep hack? That's a great question. Number one sleep hack, are you ready for this? Is discipline. It's massive amounts of discipline. Because it's very easy, by the way, it's very easy to get up early. It's very difficult to go to bed early, okay? So, like, I've always been able to, like, man up or woman up, whatever you want to call it, and, like, 4 a.m., the alarm hits, like, I'm up. Like, I'm not going to let myself, I'm not going to baby myself. But the problem is that doesn't work if you go to bed at 3 a.m. And if you do that consistently, it doesn't matter what your genetics are, eventually it's going to catch up to you. So if you want to get 8 hours of sleep at 4 a.m. or even 7 hours of sleep, talking about 12 to 4, that's 4 hours. You're going 11, 10, that's 9 o'clock. That's pretty early. And so it's discipline. It's being disciplined on what time you go to bed. It's being disciplined on waking up, obviously. It's being disciplined on not eating right before you go to sleep. It's being disciplined on, you know, turning your phone screen red. So that, let me bring up an example here. You know, turning your phone screen red so that, you know, you don't get all that blue light at night. It helps you get more REM sleep. It's taking valerian root is a supplement that I take every night. It's a natural herb. It smells very weird, but you know, it's increased my REM sleep by about 25%, literally doing nothing else. So I recommend that, but it's just discipline. I mean, that's really what it always comes down to. So not to go on like a rant, but that's the truth. Awesome, guys. Any more questions from you guys? I want to make sure everyone gets their question answered while I'm on here. And I don't do these super often. And again, guys, look, I'm not here to pitch this. I mean, I am. It's my company, but like that's not the only reason why I'm here. So I'm just telling you guys this. It's going up in 2 days and 3 hours. If you want to get in, don't be silly. I just don't. The reason why I keep talking about this, I don't want to be. I'm preventing me or my support staff getting an email Saturday morning asking where the link went, because the link is not coming back. Okay, so yeah, and you got the action-based guarantee. You guys got all the people on here that said it's great. I don't know what else I can do for you. Adrian, my hack: have a 5-year-old. Works like magic. I could only imagine. Malcolm says, Spencer, I got a book recommendation, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Let me write that down, actually. Appreciate that, my friend. Write that down. I think it's funny. I think I've heard of that book before, but I appreciate you bringing it to my mind. So I'll throw that in my list when I get home. I'm out. Thanks, Spencer, from the middle of the map. Cool, man. Good to see you, Christopher. I appreciate you coming on here, my friend, and supporting. It's always good to see you guys. Jim, I've been wholesaling homes, and the thought of helping someone get money that's owed to them instead of trying to let me buy their property seems more rewarding. Great concept. Well, Jim, as much as I mean, thank you, first of all, but as much as I'd like to take credit for it, it is not. I wish I could be like, yeah, I was the guy that invented it. No, I didn't invent this. It's just something that David stumbled upon, and then that I learned, and now we're passing on. And you know, there's so much money out there. There's so many people. That's like, people ask me like, why am I trying to build this community? It's because, guys, there are so many people that are owed money. I mean, there might be someone in your neighborhood right now that's owed money. In fact, there probably is, mathematically speaking, just from foreclosures. And then you talk about, you know, state funds and like virtually everyone, right? So the point I'm trying to make is there's just so many people that need our help, and that's why we do what we do. That's why I'm doing this. So hopefully that makes sense. Magic Mark says, good night. Thanks, bro. Texas. See you Saturday in your email asking you where the link went. Love it, bro. Yeah, guys. I will be in Texas next week. Me and David will both be in Texas, actually. Dallas, Texas. So maybe we'll do, maybe I'll send an email out. We'll try to get everyone together. We'll do a little get together. Last time I was out there, we had a good time. So, look, I'll stay up all night. I will not hang up till you do. Well, I love it, Veronica, but if you're not going to ask questions, then I would just go to bed because I guess you could just hang out. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Any more questions, guys? I'm like Veronica, guys. I'm gonna stay up here as long as you guys want, as long as we have questions. If we don't have any questions, I'm out. But Spencer, your diet is extremely healthy. Are you vegan? No, I'm 100% not vegan. Probably twice a month, I go to Fleming's Steakhouse and I get an amazing ribeye steak. It's delicious. Highly recommend it. In fact, when I'm in Dallas, I will be going to Perry's. I will be eating some delicious steak at Perry's, my favorite steakhouse. So no, I'm not vegan. In fact, crazy story. So this whole juice thing and this whole like very healthy diet thing, it's a very new thing for me. It's about a year, maybe a year and a half now is when I really got into it. Before that, from the age of 3 to 4 to 19, 20, I literally had 0 fruits or vegetables. And I know that's like, oh yeah, right. Like, no, I literally 0 fruits or vegetables. There's a million reasons why. But yeah, and then the other side of it, dude, is I'm actually allergic to a lot of foods. So I'm lactose intolerant. I'm allergic to a lot of foods. Soy, I can't do soy. I can't do all that. And it's not like, I know it's like California allergic, but like I'm literally like, I'll get a stomach ache, I'll throw up, it's not good. So that was part of it. So my diet's always been very strict because of that. And then what happened about a year and a half ago was I was trying to grow my business and I realized I couldn't focus for more than 2 seconds. And I was like, well, why is that? And I realized I was eating a bunch of crap and I needed to clean my diet up. So yeah, but at this point my diet's gone kind of insane. I don't recommend you go this crazy unless you really want to go crazy, but yeah. Do you have any reach in Michigan with bankruptcy and mortgage surplus? Well, yes, we have people in our program that are already there. So I have that reach. I don't know what you mean by reach, but if that's what you mean. Del Frisco's is a must if you're in Dallas. Dude, you know what? It's funny. I have heard, so today I go to this gym called Egoscue, and it's like they work on your posture and make sure your back is aligned and all. It's very good. I highly recommend it. Kind of expensive, but good. And I was talking, I'm going to Dallas. I like, you got to go to Kenny's. And I'm like, I'm going to Perry's. And then now you're telling me Del Frisco, so I might just go back to back to back steak nights. I mean, only in Dallas, right? Only in Dallas. So I'll definitely have to check that out. I appreciate that, Jim. Oralda, thanks, Spencer. Sorry about questions, having personal issues, a lot of family problems, need rest to take all in. So sorry. No worries. Take care of your family. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully things are going okay. All right, guys, any more questions here? I can see it now. Spencer, what is your favorite type of steak? I'll just answer. I am a huge bone-in ribeye guy. So I'm just going to be honest with you. To me, it's the manly steak, okay? I love it. You get more steak than you do with like a filet. And that's my favorite steak. I don't know. I know you don't watch TV, but I highly suggest to watch a documentary called The Game Changers that will be on Netflix in a couple of weeks. I'll have to check it out. I appreciate it. I do watch Netflix once a week on my days off. So I will check that out. The Game Changers. I'll see it on there. I appreciate that, Wendy. By the way, Wendy, I saw your photo of you wearing the Surplus Warrior shirt. Okay, you're killing it. You're rocking that thing with style. Love it. Three Forks in Austin has the best bone in filet. FYI. Well, I'll keep that in mind. I don't know if I agree with you, but I'll keep it in mind, my friend. If I ever go to Austin. I've been to Houston, and I've been to Dallas like 14 times. I go there like every 3 months now. But yeah. Now, Wendy, did you, since you're on here, we just switched up the Surplus Warrior shirt, actually. So I don't know what version you got. There's the old version, which is the one that you guys see in all the pictures. If I bring my screen up over here. I don't know if we have a picture of the back of it. The only difference is the back. And then the material. So like right here, the back of the shirt, the old one has like a Surplus List logo and then the night. And then the new one just has surplusfund.com on the back and it's a little nicer material. So I don't know which one you got, but curious to see. Three Forks in Austin. Awesome, guys. What sides do you get when you order steak? I always get the same thing. I always get a baked potato, plain, with a little bit of black pepper. No butter. Can't do butter, literally. Can't do steak butter either. Wendy says, I think it's the old one. Awesome, Wendy. Either way, you're killing it. Rocking it with style. So, yeah. To go back to that question, though, earlier, and I hope I'm saying that name right. I really apologize if I'm not. So my mom is actually vegan. And so I think that's partly, there's been a lot of influence there. But to say I'm vegan, I'm definitely not vegan. I'm not. No. I eat a lot of, I eat grilled chicken every day, so. I don't think you can be vegan and eat chicken. I don't think that I definitely don't think that makes sense. $295 steak, and it is worth every bite. LOI, I've never had one better. Interesting. Yeah, dude. The most expensive steak I've ever had, I think, is 90 bucks at Fleming's. That's pretty good. But $295, that's another level. I'll have to check that out. I'm in the bonus area. Where is the lead stash? Okay, Veronica. Great question. See, this is what these coaching calls. Guys, we're talking about steak. We should be talking about deals. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, we need to be focused. We're being undisciplined. So you're in the bonus section right here. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Right here, surplus where lead stash. Click this. Boom. And you're right there. Or you can download the Excel spreadsheet. It's the exact same thing. Just how you want to look at it. All right. Veronica, Dean, will there be a replay? I came a little late. Yeah, it's going to be here on YouTube, man. It's going to be here on YouTube. You know what there will not be a replay of, though? Of this discount. And I'm calling it a discount now because it's going to be at the retail price on Saturday, the official retail price. So it's $997 right now. On Saturday, it'll be $1997, and you get the exact same thing. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. We have like a competitor that sells coaching for $200 a month, and they give you one coaching call a month. And like if you just do the math on that, like if one coaching call is worth $200, and we do 5 of those a week, so that's $1,000 a week. So our program, mathematically, if it's just we're talking about coaching, is worth $4,000 a month. And we're giving it to you for less than a quarter of the price. Plus, you never have to pay again. So after 5 months of his program at $200 a month, you would have paid $1,000 and you would have gotten 5 coaching calls. After 5 months of our program, you would have paid $1,000 and you would have gotten 20 coaching calls a month times 5, 100 coaching calls. So it's literally 20 times more coaching for the same price. I don't know. What do I know though? I'm just some guy with a diffuser on. Anyway, number 1 doesn't talk about number 2. I shouldn't keep talking. I should not keep talking. I should keep it between us. Awesome. Devin just joined the program. Welcome, Devin. Super excited to have you. I've been vegan for over a year now and feel so much better. Yeah, dude, honestly, again, I'm not vegan, but, I was eating red meat every day, multiple times a day for years. And that's not good for you, obviously. And the number 2 is just eating those heavy meals every single day. It takes a toll on your energy. And so, like with my diet, again, it's not vegan. I eat grilled chickens. My meat I eat every day. But I eat brown rice and black beans. And that with the Huel has made a huge difference. So, Sydney, you might have covered this already, but are certain states regulated by attorneys, meaning you can only close surplus deals with attorneys? Yeah, basically. Every state's a little bit different how it does it. We always recommend going through an attorney with mortgage surplus funds because it's just a cleaner process. With state funds, you almost never need an attorney. In fact, I don't know a state on the top of my head that you need one. There could be one out there, but I don't know it off the top of my head. Actually, I think Florida you need one. Well, Florida you can't do it unless you are one, so I don't know if that counts. But Aaron says 2. Awesome, Aaron. I think he means that he's in the program. So awesome, guys. All right, guys. Any more questions? It kind of seems like it's dying out, and I want to make sure that everyone has their questions answered. If you guys have been hesitating, you're like, I don't know if I want to ask a question. Just ask the damn question. Stop being silly. Okay. Now's your chance. Okay. Commented on your post. All right, guys. Let's see here. Just seems like the county and state are holding information from the folks that they foreclose on. Why do they not reach out to them when the homeowner to let them know? So that's like the big problem. They do. They're actually legally required to, but being required to do something and doing it effectively are two very different things, right? So yeah, it's not good. Let's just put it that way. They do not do a very good job. Even with, this is the thing that pisses me off about the state funds too specifically. So state funds is like, again, there's a million ways that money ends up at the state. And there's certain states that are very friendly, but honestly, there's a lot of states that like, when I say they're not friendly, I don't mean that you can't do it there because you can definitely do it there. But I just mean that they act like you can't, they tell you like, oh, this is a free service, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yes, but here's the free service that you're providing is just holding this money and not telling anybody about it. And they're like, well, we spend money on marketing. It's like, okay, yeah, you put something on your own website. Like, nobody goes on the, like, how many people every day go on the state website like, well, I wonder what's going on? Like, most people don't do that. So, and they do like these clinics with like 3 people show up. So the whole thing's just ridiculous. New York is a huge culprit of that. They act like you can't do it there even though you can. And then, which confuses people because they're like, I thought you could do it there. And it's like, yes, you can. They're just being assholes about it, to put it the right way. They're just being dicks. So, yeah. Once I buy the course, do I have to be licensed or any out-of-pocket expenses? No. Once you buy the course, you're in. Skip tracing site, you might need to pay for. We show you free options. We show you very expensive options. We show you in the middle options so you can pay as much or as little as you want. I recommend you just start with the free one. As far as a license, you depends on if you're doing state funds or mortgage funds or tax funds. And it's a little bit different. You do not need a real estate license. With state funds, most of the time, you just fill out an application, you join. Some states are a little different, but yeah. But no, to start, you don't need a license. You can just do it in a state that doesn't require one. Looking forward to working with you. Awesome, Sydney. I'm looking forward to working with you too. What's Spencer? That's like a very philosophical question. What is Spencer? I don't know. Spencer is a robot AI that's in the Illuminati. That's what some of you guys think I know. People have emailed me like, you're an AI robot that's in the AI. I've had people email me this. They think I'm not real. Like I'm just some like computer animation. I can promise you I'm a real person. In your opinion, what state is the most difficult to deal with? New York? New York is definitely up there. New York and Florida, I would say, are up there. It depends on what strategy. So state funds, tax funds, mortgage funds. But I would say overall, New York or Florida. I'm not an expert in all 50 states, so to my knowledge. But there is one state, I don't remember what it is. Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe there's a state you can't do state funds in. That might be the most difficult, but it's like that's like a Wisconsin. It's not Wisconsin, but it's like one of those states that's like not a lot of people that live there can't really get that mad. So, yeah. All right, guys, going once, going twice. Again, guys, this is your last opportunity. The program is doubling in price on Friday night at midnight, Pacific Standard Time. Colorado. Colorado is pretty simple, pretty straightforward as far as I know. I've never done a deal in Colorado, but we have people in the group that work in Colorado, and as far as I know, it's pretty straightforward. When it is, today I was on the phone for over an hour with a client. According to the leads, they were near 300K plus. He was positive the property is not worth that. Make sure it's a TD. Make sure that you run a title report. Jim Hawthorne, how about Texas? Any restrictions? I bet there's a ton of folks in need of this service. Yes, Texas, there's a lot of people there. It depends on what you're talking about. Taxes, I can't speak on. I'm not an expert. Mortgages. We've had people that have done mortgage deals in Texas, but I'm not an expert in Texas. I don't know. And I know Rogelio, I don't know if he's on here, I believe he's doing this. That's what I was told. He's doing state funds in Texas now. I know there's a little bit more of a process to get started in Texas, but I don't think it's that difficult. So I think Rogelio could be a better resource than I could. Oklahoma is where I am, and it is not easy to get answers for any program. Yes, Kim, that's because Oklahoma doesn't like people. So trust me, you can do it there. And before I say that, let me check. Can you do it in Oklahoma? Let's find out. Oklahoma. Yes, you can do it there. You have to pay for a CD of $25, and you need to email this lady right here, which is Kale Leeper, or maybe it's a dude, I don't know. Kale Leeper at treasurers.ok.gov, must be a cashier's check. Yeah, okay, looks like you can do that there. So yeah, you can definitely do it for state funds in Oklahoma. Surplus funds and tax funds, I don't know off the top of my head. When he might still have some funds available, maybe about 20K, but I think there was a mistake in the records. Again, run a title report. You might be looking at a TR record, or we might have processed it wrong. It does happen probably about 0.5 to 1% of the time. So it's possible. Kim Bowman, any suggestions? Look at the lead stash. Email the guy that we have in there because you can definitely do it, and they're just being dicks about it. Most states do because they like to sit on people's money. Sorry, only 200 letters left. No worries, Wendy. Veronica can do state funds in Virginia, FY. Is it Virginia, or did they just tell you can't do it there? Because a lot of times they'll just tell you can't do it there. Virginia, West, must wait 30. No, you can do it in Virginia. You have to be very careful. I wouldn't do it in Virginia, but it's possible, according to our records. You can take a max commission of 10%. If you violate any of their laws, it's a misdemeanor, so I would just not worry. I would just do somewhere else. West Virginia looks like there's no laws, so West Virginia I would probably stay away from as well. Virginia looks like it's a very restrictive state, but it looks like you can do it. Is New Mexico included for state funds? All the states are included for state funds. I can tell you about New Mexico if you'd like me to. Online leads via missing money. No set limit, but must wait 2 years. So you can actually take any commission you want in New Mexico, but you have to wait 2 years. Must disclose agreement to New Mexico on specific form to work on others' behalf. That probably means that they're giving you a specific form. So, interesting. There you go. There's New Mexico. Is California difficult to claim for surplus or tax? No. Well, it's different. It's not difficult, but it's different. My question doesn't fit, LOL. Thanks for your time, senor. Great info, and I will be doing my due diligence to see how I can make this happen. Awesome, Jen. Well, do your due diligence. I always recommend that. Always know what you're getting yourself into. But if you're interested in the course, cannot stress this enough. Price goes up on Friday night at midnight. So don't email me Saturday. Can I do Washington, D.C.? That is a very good question. I don't know. We don't have that on here. Do we have that on here? No, we do not. I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. So I would look that up. I can't imagine there would be a lot of deals there. Seems like a very small area. But, let's look that up together. Why don't we? Washington, D.C., unclaimed property. Oh, here we go. It comes up. Unclaimed property of Washington, D.C. I don't know. I have to spend some time to look at it because honestly I don't know. District does not charge a fee. Yeah, so it looks like you can because they have a section on finders and they said they don't charge for it, but it doesn't say you can't. So yeah, it looks like you can, but I don't want to say that because I don't know. I haven't read the laws, so but it looks like you can. Oh, here we go. Look at it. It took us right to the website. Here we go. This is their actual website. 20 million recovered this year. That's pretty substantial, actually, for a tiny little place. Finders. Here we go. Finder. All right. Yeah, it looks like you can, but you'd have to go through your unclaimed property law. I'd have to read all this, which I am not going to do. How long is this? 20 pages? Yeah, I'm not going to read that right now. Anyway. All right, guys, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to go use the restroom because I've been drinking this water and it's starting to catch up to me. And then when I get back, if we have more questions, I'll answer them. And if we do not, I'm just going to end it and we'll go from there. So ask questions if you guys have them. If not, then we'll be out. I'll be back in 3 minutes. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay. Whew. Water's getting to me. feel about 100 times better now. Holy moly, guys. Okay. Whew. I'm alive. I'm alive and well. All right, we have one question. Somebody answer this question, I'm going to call it. 23 people waited. We got one question. Come on, guys, you're killing me. Is there a way to get a current lead on the Georgia lead stash contact? Is it not current? Yeah, if it's not current, let us know, and we can definitely figure that out. Even if not, though, I would just go to their website. We have linked in there, and I would just go to contact, and I would just call them. Forms. Why do we have this on? What the fuck is this? That pisses me off, actually. Excuse my language, but I get upset when things are not done properly. Interesting. Unclaimed property. Okay, I don't know why. What is happening here? Here we go. Okay, unclaimed property. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. Kim, I will look into DC. I don't have any more questions. I appreciate you helping so much. Your dedication is appreciated. Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much, Kim. It means the world to me. Thanks. The email states email invalid. Oh, does it really? Hold on here. Where is George? Oh, so you tried sending an email to this guy and it didn't work. Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll look into that. I appreciate you. I didn't know, so I appreciate you letting me know. Interesting. All right. I'm in Texas and they don't allow tax overages unless you pay owner 80% buyout up front. That's what I thought, because I actually read the Texas laws recently, and so that's what I thought. But I don't know, because I'm not a tax expert. So I don't know if there's a way around that. I think there might be, because I know Don has talked about doing deals in Texas, and he only does tax stuff. So I don't know, but I don't want to say there is, because I just don't know, and I don't want to give you guys bad information. Okay? Cassandra says tax. Well, thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate that. I'm just kidding. I know it's a typo. I know it's a typo. So now, Gladys, are you in the program? And I don't know. By the way, completely might have said that wrong. If you are in the program, hop on the coaching call with Don, which again I believe is tomorrow. I gotta double check, and ask him, because I'm pretty confident that he has a way around it, because he's listed Texas as a state you can do it in. So yeah, and I think he's done some deals in Texas, and I don't think he's done a buyout, an 80% buyout. So Cassandra says it's late. No, I know, I know it is late, and I know you're on the. I believe you're in Georgia, if I remember from your video. So, yeah. What's a source one would use to find the people who are owed money? Seems like there's a ton of legalities involved for someone to do this on their own. The course is the key, right? Well, the course is what connects all the dots. I mean, there's people that have done this business before that haven't had a course, but you're right. There's just a lot of moving parts, and it's complicated. That's why we made the course, because it's not... I mean, yes, it's something you can do and start up on your own. I don't want to say you can't, but let's just put it this way, it makes it a lot easier to have it. What is the source one would use to find people who are owed money? Well, it depends on the state you're in. It depends on the type of strategy that you're using. So if you're using tax overages versus mortgage surplus funds versus state surplus funds, all those things would change. State's probably the easiest example, because you would just search Texas unclaimed property and you'd see what they have, and if they have a downloadable sheet, you'd use that. If they have search only, you'd just use search only. You can also do counties. So there's too many variables, but most of the time it would be websites or courthouses or counties have the data, or surplus list if you're in California. You want to do deals in California. Gotcha. Jim says I'm in Texas. I figured as much. Hopefully does that answer your question? I know it's kind of a broad answer, but hopefully that answers your question. Again, I know it's kind of stated a lot, but. All right, guys, any more questions? Going once, going twice. Last chance for questions, guys. Last chance. You guys have a question? This is your time. If not, then we're gonna end it. Appreciate you guys coming on here, though. I know it's late. Yeah, so it's complicated but easy is the way I would put it. So like the process itself is a mess if you don't know what you're doing. Even if you do know what you're doing, it can get a little complicated. But the actual like execution of it's not very difficult. You know, it's just the process that is a little complex. So it's the opposite of like simple but difficult, right? Because with something that's simple, like this is not, it's simple in terms of state funds are fairly easy to get started. Once you learn the basics of the business, which we teach, modules 3. By the way, since I'm talking about this, and I'm getting distracted, but one thing that I would say that I need you guys to know is we're editing the curriculum of the course. So nothing's being removed. Some old videos might get redone, but nothing's being removed. No content's being removed. But we're going to change the curriculum. So right now we have Surplus Warrior Mind as Module 1. And then we have Persuasions Module 2. And then Module 3 used to be 2 modules. Now it's only 1, and it's called State. Okay, Module 4 and 5, they're going to get added, combined together to Module 4. We're going to have like a 4A and a 4B. Module 5 will then be Taxes. And then Module 6 will be a new module that I guess I just revealed a new feature. But it's going to be called Surplus Warrior Scale. So, yes. Had an attorney look at it, and he said don't want to touch it because judge. Yeah, if you had an attorney look at it, I would be very skeptical. Like I said, I can only speak from a third party. I've never done a tax deal ever, let alone California, or not California, Texas, which is why, again, I hired a tax expert to be our guy, to teach it and coach it. And according to him, I don't want to say he's closed a deal in Texas because I really don't know. But according to him, Texas is a good state to do it in. I don't know if he's done a deal there. I don't know how he does it. I don't know if he uses a different trick. I know he uses an attorney. I do know that. But I don't know his process off the top of my head. So that's something, again, if you're in the program, I would ask Don. Don is the guy for that. How do we find state leads? You go to the lead stash, Surplus Warrior lead stash in the bonus section. Here, James, check this out. And yes, this is recorded, James, by the way. Come right here to bonuses. So you log in, bonuses, scroll down, Surplus Warrior lead stash, and then whatever state you want to start with, start there, and go to their website, and then do some research. We have some information here, but you need to kind of do your own research and see. Every state's a little different. So yeah. My son says it is the same but different. LOL. Yeah, exactly. I guess that's a good way to put it. Is there a lot of support every step of the way? I mean, Kim, I've been on here for how long have I been on here? I don't know how long. 87 minutes, almost an hour and a half. We have customer support working 6 days a week now, 9 to 5. We're trying to get to 24/7 support soon. We have 5 coaches. So I don't know what you'd qualify as a lot of support, but I mean, I think 5 coaches alone is a lot of support. I don't know. Plus we have a whole community of people that are happy to help you if you need help. So almost 700. Actually, we have I checked, we have 800 Surplus Fund Mastery students, but not all of them are in the Facebook group, which is very frustrating. So if you guys are in the program, join the Facebook group. If you're not, then don't. James says, thank you, bro. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. All right, guys, any more? I appreciate the participation, though, guys. I really do. All right, guys, give me a good question so we can wrap it up at 90 minutes. We got 2 more minutes. I want to get to 90 minutes. He says, thanks for the mission, Spencer. Enjoy your trip to Dallas. Go to Cowboys. Oh, you're a Cowboys fan, huh? That's funny. Yeah, I'm not so sold on the Cowboys, man. Dak, I'm not really sold on Dak, to be honest with you, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's a good question. What team do you guys think I root for? What football team do you guys think I'm a fan of? Does anybody know? I don't think I've ever talked about football ever on a video. So Jim says, come on, man. Oh, no. Kim says no. There is a lot of support. I thought you were asking. I apologize. Kim. Are you involved in any charities? Yes. Oh my gosh, that's a great question. So, we've donated. I mean, this year we've probably donated. I think by the end we'll have donated about 10 to 15,000. I don't want to put a number on it, but somewhere around there. Who that said they gonna beat them Saints? Nobody's gonna beat the Saints, man. The Saints are ridiculous. Yeah. So, dude, like, as far as charities go, I coach at my old. Actually, there you go. I coach at my old high school, so we always donate. Or I donate money personally to them. We donated some money to Make-A-Wish, but that was for an event, and it's a long story. I'm not too thrilled with that. Nothing on them, but just the whole event was a charade. And then, what else? What else? We've done some cancer research stuff. We're doing autism. I can't speak. I don't think the company has, but I've done autism because my brother's autistic. So a couple of them, yeah. I'm going to Dallas. When are you going? I'll be in Dallas next Thursday. Let me check my calendar. It's the 17th I fly out, so if that's next Thursday, which I think it is. Yeah, next. Why am I in June? My calendar opens to June. As if I'm. There we go. Yeah. So next Thursday I fly out 2 o'clock. I'll be there from Thursday, and then I fly out Sunday morning at 4 a.m. All right. You might be a Patriots fan. You look like a Cowboys fan. In Texas, do you need to be an investigator? For state funds, yes. For surplus funds and tax funds, no. My goal is to start a nonprofit to support autism education. Side note: my son is high functioning. Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, that's great. That's really good. Yeah, I don't know how much you know about my younger brother, but he's severely autistic, so he's gonna be 20 here pretty soon, and he's he can't speak. He's very low functioning, unfortunately. So but that's awesome, man. The more the merrier. The more people, because people still, they don't know how big of a deal it is. So it's something I'm very passionate about. I'll be there the same weekend going to the game. Or you're going to the game? Maybe I should go to the game. I should push my flight back. What time's the game? Cowboy game. Schedule. Let's see here. Who do they play? Oh, they play the Jets. Oh no, that's this week. Play next week. Oh, they play the Eagles. Okay. Play the Eagles. I'm like, I don't want to see a Jets game. Funny story, Sam Darnold. I actually grew up with that kid. So he went to a rival high school of mine, San Clemente High School. He played basketball there. I almost broke my neck playing basketball against him. Long story. But yeah, so I know Sam Darnold, which is kind of funny. But he hopefully will get back soon because they fucking need him. Excuse my language, but they do. Anyway, yeah, maybe I'll go to a Cowboys game. But I have to move my flight, but I don't know. Yeah, dude. Well, hey, we're probably gonna do a meetup. So I'll send out an email. We'll do a meetup. And yeah, Deborah says Nashville, Tennessee. All right, Deborah. Are you a Cowboys fan? I'm not a Cowboys fan. If I was a Cowboys fan, I would definitely be going to the game. But I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm not a big Cowboy guy. The Rams? No, the Chargers or the 49ers. Cali, I know, right? Same thing with basketball. Although basketball's a little easier because it's like you're basically a Lakers fan. I guess now you could be a Clippers fan. Oh no, you have the Warriors too. That I think about it. And you have the Kings that like nobody cares about ever. There's like 12 people at the Kings games. But I'm not. I'll give you a hint. I'm not a fan. I'm not a football fan or a basketball fan of any of the teams in California. So that's my hint to you. Nor am I a Cowboys fan. That's my other hint. Mr. James Stark says you talk like you had a good basketball game. I'm all right. I'm tall. I'm 6'4", 6'5". I can dunk pretty easily. I played shooting guard, so I was a decent shooter. If I was good, I'd be in the league. So I'm not good, but I'm all right. In pickup, I'm pretty good. But it depends on who I'm playing. So I'm in H-Town. I might have to come up and see you in detail. Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm gonna send an email to you guys. We'll be there next Thursday. We'll probably do it Saturday. Probably Saturday night we'll do it. Don't hold me to that, but we'll probably do something like that. So we'll definitely do one. It'll be Friday night or Saturday night. Actually, no, it'll definitely be Friday night because Saturday night I'm going to an event. So Friday night we'll do it, and we'll all go to Starbucks. We'll all go to Perry's Steakhouse if you guys want, and we'll all eat steak. It'll be awesome. Or maybe I'll drive down to Austin. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna drive down to Austin and try this guy's $300 steak. I would, but I have a mastermind all day. Can't do that. Can you dunk from the free throw line? No, I can definitely not dunk. I'm not Zion, and I'm not Michael Jordan. I can't do anything crazy. But I dunk pretty. Like I can do post dunks. I'm not like Shaq, but like I get up pretty easily. It's funny. People ask like, how do you jump so high? And they hit me with the jokes like, oh, you're a white guy, you jump high. And honestly, I wish I had a reason. It's just like genetic. Like I've always just been able to jump high. I don't know why. I never did anything crazy. I ran up a lot of hills as a kid, but I never like did any crazy workouts or anything like that. But I've been working recently on my 2-foot jump. I've always been a 1-foot jumper. I'm working on my 2-foot jump so I can dunk on people easier. So James says Friday will be a nice dinner on you. Yeah, if we're gonna go to a steakhouse, probably dinner's not gonna be on me. But 30 people show up, it's like $3,000, $4,000. I don't know. I'm doing well. I don't know if I'm doing $4,000 for a dinner well. I'm not like LeBron or something crazy, but you guys can definitely come and we'll have a nice night. And if we do Starbucks, I'll buy everyone a coffee. But yeah. And make sure if you do show up, bring your Surplus Warrior shirt so we can take a picture together, okay? Last time we had a bunch of people show up and like only a couple of them wore their shirts. I'm like, why would you even come if you didn't wear your shirt? But yeah. So Veronica says, okay, I'm out. Thanks for all your help. Of course, Veronica. More than happy to help. More than happy to help, guys. All right, guys. Whew. It's been a long. Ryan, who's this right here? Ryan Rushing. Let me give this guy a better link. Boom, send. All right. I haven't received a shirt yet. That's not good. I can look you up if you want me to. Let me look you up. Sometimes people, they think they've ordered it, but they haven't actually ordered it. And yes, Malcolm, I'll do that in a second. Give me 1 second, though, man. Let's see. Your name was James? Dude, I would double check to see if you actually ordered it, because I don't think you did. Unless your real name is not James. And I do not want you to show your address on this coaching call, so don't do that. But I don't have anything. They get shipped very, very quickly. So if you don't get it within a week or two of ordering it, like you probably didn't order it. Or maybe you did, but it didn't go through. So can you give us this coach's meeting schedule? Dude, this is hilarious. Yes, I can do that. Check it out. So if you guys ever want to check it out, right here, current coaching call schedule. So David's are every Monday 7:30 at night, and every Thursday at 10 a.m. This is slowly being transitioned into Don's coaching call, okay? So Don will be taking over the Thursday coaching calls. David also does Monday live cold calls. So in the Facebook group, he'll call your guys' leads for you every Monday at 11 a.m. Okay, Rick, I'm actually in Rick's slot right now. Normally his coaching calls are every Wednesday at 7:30, but today I think he's out of town or something, so he needed help. Like I said, Dawn's taking over Thursdays, and then we're about to give Mona her own. I believe we're going to do Tuesdays. She's just been kind of filling in for David. If you guys hop in here and you click this button, you'll start getting notifications of when we do coaching calls. Like we'll send you a message like, hey, coaching call. And that way you can just hop on and you don't have to try to remember it. So that's what I recommend that you do, is you click this orange button and you go to click this button right here, you click send me updates, and we'll start sending you coaching call updates. Sydney, if this is what a coaching call looks like, then I'm in for sure. Yeah, honestly, I actually think the regular coaching calls are better because you get to talk with the coaches one-on-one, or not one-on-one, but like directly to them, versus sitting here and like they answer questions the same, but versus sitting here and doing it via chat. There's just so many of you guys. We had like almost 50 people on at one point. There was no way to be able to have everyone on here and make it listenable. So, yeah. We have a 3-payment plan. Yeah, with the new pricing, we will. So it'll be $19.97 or 5 payments of $5.97. I would just do the PayPal credit, and it'll be a lot lower payment than $5.97. Good stuff. Thanks for the info. Absolutely, Jim. Absolutely, man. Hope to see you on our next coaching call tomorrow or next week or ever. And I wish you the best of luck, my friend. Sandy said, great. Guys, if you guys enjoyed this coaching call, can you guys give me a like on the video? That would mean the world to me. If you guys could enjoy this, if you guys enjoyed this coaching call, if you guys just would drop a like, you know. If you guys hated this coaching call, drop a dislike. Let me know. Okay. We need equal representation of both good and bad. I need to know if I'm doing something right or wrong. All right. I got asked earlier via email. They're like, Spencer, are you going to do another surplus list State of the Union? Yes, we're going to do one this month. Do not have the date yet. We have a ton of new stuff coming out. So that's why we're going to do one. I originally I was going to do one once a month. But I was like, why would we do one once a month if we don't have anything new to like release? And it's not that we're not working on new things. It's just like we like to release things in updates, not like one at a time. So we have a lot of stuff now. I think this might honestly be one of our biggest, if not our biggest update ever coming out in the next few months. And we have a bunch of awesome announcements. So I can't remember who it was earlier. Was it Malcolm? I can't remember who it was. I think it was Malcolm that asked, Spencer, can you give us a hint? Or, you know, what new stuff you have coming? All that stuff will be, a lot of it, not all of it, will be talked about on the State of the Union, which will be towards the end of the month. So probably the last week of October. Mr. James Starks says, excellent call. Thank you, Mr. James Starks. I appreciate that, my friend. I'm doing my best. Awesome, guys. 15 likes. There you go. I feel accomplished for the night. Did I hear you say you don't need? No, you do need an investigator's license in well, you need to be a private investigator in Texas to do state funds. Okay, now what does that mean? Every state's different. You have to be a private investigator in California as well. California, you fill out a form and send it in. That makes you a private investigator. In Texas, I do believe, and I don't know off the top of my head, but from what I've heard, it's a little bit more of a stringent process. So yes, you do need to register to do state funds in Texas. I do know that. You know, what that process looks like, you would have to go on their website and take 30 seconds and you could find out. But yeah. Awesome, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. It's been a long day, a long coaching call. I appreciate all you guys hopping on here. Hopefully I answered everyone's questions. Again, guys, last thing I want to say, if you guys are still on the fence, okay, you guys have seen a bunch of people that have come on, had success with the program. We've literally 100 plus 5-star reviews. A bunch of people on here that said that they're in it, that they love it. And we give you guys a 30-day action-based refund guarantee, which means if it doesn't work for you and you follow the 3 actions we ask for, which are very simple, you can get a refund. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. Price goes up. I've said that a million times. I just don't want any angry emails. Okay. And no one has guessed my football team yet, so I'm still waiting to see if anyone can guess my football. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe the first person to send me a post on Facebook that guesses my favorite football. No, let's not do that. That'd be ridiculous. I don't know. Just comment on the Facebook if you're in the group and you go to Facebook and you want to win something. I don't know what that something will be. You want to win? If you go to the comment section right here and comment what you think my favorite Facebook team is, football team, okay? And you're right, the first person to get it right, you get one guess, will win. Packers, no. Cardinals, no. You guys are all, yeah, post it on Facebook though. Anyways, all right, guys, have a good night, guys. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys. Definitely not the Dolphins. No, I'm not a Dolphins fan, okay? She says the Dolphins. Oh, God. And definitely not the Steelers, though. Jesus. They're gross. Okay, that's my hit. Anyways.